Finally, we have reached our goal. In this video, you will see how our assets and liabilities have changed and what is our net worth as of September 1st, 2021. Hi guys, I'm Irene, and on this channel I show our family finances, how we budget, invest and what expenses we have. We are a family of two relocated to USA about 3 years ago, and now we live in South Florida. This video will be divided into 3 sections. In the first section, I will go quickly through an article about the net worth of American families. Then, in the second part, you will see our own August 2021 net worth. In the last part, I will show you a website where you can quickly calculate your own net worth, and will provide you a link in the description box below. So let's jump into it. Recently, my husband and I went for a walk to a park and had a conversation about net worth people of different ages have currently in United States. My husband told me he have read an article about net worth of the US nation. In that article, the author claimed that the biggest wealth, $1 million and more, currently have people over 50 years old. That makes sense. Over the years, they were investing their money into the market, and besides, most of them probably already paid off or almost paid off their houses. But on the other hand, the article said a young part of the nation doesn't have much money, has a bunch of loans, including student loans and credit card loans. And with all those loans, they cannot afford to save a decent down payment for a house and need to rent for several years or even a whole life. After coming back home, I found another interesting article about the net worth in America, and let's quickly go through it and check the numbers. This article was written in April 2021, and here is the data they provide according to the Federal Reserve. The data showed that the highest net worth have people of the age between 55 and 74. Their net worth is more than $1 million. After 74 years, this number goes down, which is logical. People at that age most of the time have medical issues, so need to buy medication and do costly medical procedures. The smallest net worth have people at the age of under 35 years. But look at the median net worth here in this category. It is only about $14,000. It is 5 times smaller than the average net worth, which is $76,000. But at least it's higher than zero, and so it's positive net worth. Obviously, some households age of 35 and lower have negative net worth due to debt they have, but these are average and median results across the nation, and overall they are positive. But the article my husband was reading basically told the same. Young adults mostly don't have money. Next set of data shows that people living in the urban areas have higher net worth. Well, it can easily be explained by the quantity of job opportunities people have in the urban area. Now let's check how net worth is distributed by education and race. The higher is your education level, the higher is your net worth. When I checked the next portion of the data, I was shocked how huge is the gap between the average black family and the average white family. Average black family has almost 7 times lower net worth than a white household. As an immigrant, I can say 10 times that America is a great country, but these numbers show a problem the country has, and a lot of things have to be changed. Now I want you to check the last section and compare the net worth of homeowners and people who don't own a home. Look at the median net worth column. The numbers clearly show that $255,000 is basically a value of an average house. So if you only own a house, you have a pretty good net worth, and without it the numbers show that you have almost nothing and live paycheck to paycheck. I remember my grandfather always told me, when I will die, just don't sell your home. This was the most valued asset in his life, and he was afraid I will not have where to live if I will sell it after his death. People who lived a life know how important it is to have a roof over your head. So the ideal household that has a chance to get higher net worth is a white family who owns a house, lives in an urban area, and where family members, or at least head of a household, has a college degree. It's just a mix of statistical data, and this actually what numbers say, but I'm sure that each individual family has a chance to think about their future and start building up their net worth. I believe that it doesn't matter whether you are white or black, you live in a village or in a city, you still can change your life for the better and reach heights that you never dreamed of. And what do you think about the situation in the country? How young people can overcome this problem and build up sufficient wealth by the time they retire? Maybe you have some tricks that were helpful for you or other people you know. Tell me and our YouTube community in the comments below. Now let's move to the tracking part. This is a spreadsheet I use. It has 12 months, and so I can see the whole year in one document. Each month is divided into two parts: liabilities, or what we owe, and assets, or what we own. Then in the net equity column, our net worth will be calculated by subtracting our liabilities from the assets. If the net worth is positive or more than zero, it's good. If it's negative, that means we owe more than we own. First, let's check our current credit score. I check it in our Capital One app. As of September 1st, 2021, our credit score is 748. It decreased 22 points since last month because of the loan we took earlier. We will talk about it later. Next, called the real estate category. Since September 2021, we officially have two assets and one debt in this category. We bought a rental property and the mortgage will be our only one liability. The next property is a condo we bought before moving to USA in our native country. It is paid in full and the value estimation is $40,000. It is less than its current market price, but the situation in our country is not stable, and what costs today $100,000 may cost tomorrow $50,000. Our car is paid in full, and Kelley Blue Book website says its trade-in value as of September 1st is $15,782. It is 2018 Hyundai Elantra with about 14,000 miles on it. This month I increased the mileage by 1,500 miles, and the value of the car is still $530 more than previous months. Next go our investments. We have a 401k account with my husband's old company where he worked almost a year ago, and have a new 401k with a new company. The old account increased by $1,200 over the months with a monthly return of 2.17%. The new one did slightly better and increased $520, having the return of 2.18%. Both of us have Roth IRA accounts, and in August a better growth we had on my Roth IRA account. I had this account for less than a year and so far earned $2,950. On this Roth IRA I have VDADX and VTSAX Admiral shares. Speaking about personal investment accounts, we have accounts with M1 Finance and recently started investing with Robinhood. We knew about this app for several years, but were happy with M1 Finance, and besides didn't like how Robinhood does the business. But last month Robinhood announced IPO and we decided to buy their stocks. So this growth is just the growth of Robinhood stocks over a month. In the spreadsheet you can see how much we invested this month into 401k and added to our HSA. This huge amount added is a mistake that was finally fixed. Over more than 2 months the HSA money from our paycheck was going into nowhere because we were not able to see the money coming to the account. And finally, after several calls and emails between us and the provider, we managed to get our funds back. In May, I found out about this issue thanks to the net worth spreadsheet we are filling out each month, and it took us 2 more months to resolve the issue. So I suggest you to check your account balances regularly and track the transactions to avoid mistakes. Next up is savings accounts with APY. Here we have all our accounts where we earn an interest, and we basically have 3 savings accounts with Bank of America, Capital One and M1 Finance. M1 Finance has the best APY, and that's why we have here almost all our savings. In the net income received column you can see how much interest each account gave us this month. In total, we got almost $120 in net income in this section. Last section is all the assets and debts we may have with no APY. These are our checking accounts, individual and business, as well as money in cash and money we have in our native country. And this month we officially transferred money from the Daisy category to the real estate section for our rental property. That is why here you see $0 this month. But on the other hand, we transferred $50,000 to the savings with no APY section because invested this money into a new project we started. Okay, now let's move to the results. Our total assets worth $837,320. Started from this month, we have $315,000 in liabilities. For us, it's an odd feeling having debt. I understand that mortgage is considered a good debt, but it's still debt, and when calculating the net worth, you can clearly see that you don't own that house completely. Part of it belongs to a bank. So, assets minus liabilities, and we have our net worth number, which is more than $520,000. This is a nice mark we reached this month. Our last year goal was to get to this mark by the end of 2021, but we did it faster. That's really awesome. I could not imagine that our family someday will have such a net worth when living in a small room in a dorm right after our marriage. Now, from July to August, we can see a 4.51% increase. This is the biggest growth we have since the beginning of this year. On the net worth graph, you can see how the net worth changed month by month, and here is the amount we have as of September 1st. On the pie chart, you can see our net worth summary. Real estate section significantly increased, and we finally have less money in the no APY section because we invested part of it into a rental property. I know we could earn more by just throwing that money on the market, but we split up our finances between different areas. And starting this month, I will be showing you each video our liabilities graph, so you will see how we pay off our mortgage. I remind you that we are a family of two living in USA for a little bit more than 3 years and started investing about 3 years ago also. We live on one income due to our visas rules. Now I want to show you really quickly the website to calculate your net worth pretty easily. Here it is. The link you will find in the description box below. So basically you just go through these fields and enter your own numbers. I like this calculator because it has way more categories of assets and liabilities than other websites I have checked. I'm just entering here random numbers to show you how it works. Now, I want you to pause this video, click on a link and calculate your net worth. For those who do not believe that net worth calculation is necessary, I suggest to write down and save somewhere your result net worth number. You can take a photo or make a screenshot of your result. But in 6 months or in a year, come back to this website or any other similar service and repeat the calculations. I want you to see how the number changes and realize that when you see that change, either positive or negative, you want to act and start earning more to increase your wealth. Seeing that number growing will also motivate you. If you found this video helpful, please like it and subscribe to the channel. I will see you soon. Bye!